As an engineer, I've been manufacturing and designing turbine meters for God knows how many years. And I soon recognize when they become unbalanced because of the fact they break apart very soon. It was this that led me to look at the Earth when I saw that it was on an inclined axis and it had the Milankovitch cycles. It mimicked an unbalanced rotating body. And from that, I know from my work that when you have to have all rotating machinery, you have to work out the hoop stress to ensure you never exceed it, otherwise it'll bust apart. So it meant that if I could model the Earth, which is on an inclined axis as it rotates, then I could then work out the forces on the circumferential forces. And that's the reason. It was because of my intimate knowledge of rotating machinery. I immediately saw that I could model the rotating Earth. We do know South America broke away from Gondwana land. They were able to do toy, I think in the late 50s, was able to marry up all the coal fields right from Pennsylvania through to Europe. So he knew we were all together. Also, the paleomagnetic lines told us we could jiggle and pass it and know what packages were together that right. So the continental fifth of Wegener is not in doubt. What is in doubt is how does it occur? And the original thinking was when Hess was mapping this Atlantic during the war, he noticed all the gyots and the cracks and but it was only when Alvin the sub that laying the Atlantic cables realized that the magma was coming through the mid-Atlantic ridge. The magma is pushing the continents apart. And I say as the paleomagnetic lines are not distorted, there is no force from the magma. Something else must be pushing it apart. So we reach force as a force for pushing continents away from Gondwana land or from Pangaea continental masses. You cannot use a reach force. It's a zero force. There must be some other good reason to have made it work. Can I model this on the stresses relating to an unbalanced rotating body? The circumferential stresses. It doesn't add up is when you look as an engineer at the Hess forces, they don't add up because you can't, there's no actual numbers. Also, if you take South America, which is now nearly 5,000 miles away, measured from Brazil, I think it is, to Zanzibar, whatever it is, and the ridge is halfway. Well, that means that that particular convection current must have stretched over 140 million years without commingling with another convection current in a conductive media. And as an example, I said, if you hold a spoon in hot water, this end, it gets hot very quickly. So, and to expect that one convection current to go this way and another one to be going in the opposite direction at the same time, it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
And also you have to have, I said, what looks to me like your continental mass has to move faster going up than your lithosphere going down. Otherwise, it's like a man on an escalator coming down. He's trying to go up. He's got to go faster. And that's a discussion point. But that's from an engineering point of view, that's what it looks like.
Do you have the...
Well, this is going down.
Going down like
and this man's coming and the continental is going up. Well, it's to go up. And if they go at the same speed, it'll stand still. So the continental mass must be moving faster. Well, what's making it going faster? It doesn't make sense. Okay. But if you've got subduction going down and the continental is being pushed, then you haven't got this anomaly. And I showed this in the fact of the Japanese earthquake, the way that the islands, the outside islands curled round to anti-clockwise and clockwise. So the push came in the middle. So there was a pushing effect. The continent was pushing. It wasn't subduction. You can't get subduction and that close being differential. But what happened with the slab movement is the lithosphere, the oceanic lithosphere, bends underneath the continental plate. And they ascribe to this slab, the weight of the slab is what is actually a major force in pulling the continent in a reverse direction. So, but also the slab breaks away. When it gets deep enough in the asthenosphere, it melts or breaks off. There's a system called rollback. Sometimes it falls off this way, sometimes that way. But when it does that, you go over, all the accretionary wedges in front of the continent start to compress. It gives us our lovely rolling hills and dales when it's all weathered away. So it doesn't stop when the slab breaks off. Therefore, it's got no effect on tectonic movements. Because when it's not there, tectonic movements are still there. Therefore, what's pushing it? Momentum.
Okay.
You know, once you start a steamroller going, it's a hell of a bloody job to stop it.